Hello students, myself Jagan. I am from Government Vocational Junior College, Nampally. Today we will discuss 6th chapter Thermodynamic Cycles from the Basic Mechanical and Electrical Engineering. Okay, so our chapter name is our chapter is Thermodynamics Cycle. Thermodynamic cycles. We will see what is cycle. Thermodynamics. So now we will see what is cycle. So cycle is nothing but it is the sequence of operations, is the sequence of processes whose 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 final and initial conditions are identical. Whose final and initial conditions are identical. Initial conditions are identical. See, let us consider an example on PV diagram. So, let us consider process 1, 2. You know, already we have studied in our previous classes about process. So, here 1 to 2 is a one process and 2 to 1 is a process. Okay, 1 to 2 1 and another one is a 2 to 1. There are two processes. See, here the 1 to 2 is one process and 2 to 1 is a another process. So, here initial condition, let us assume P1, V1 is the initial conditions and P2, V2 is the final conditions. Again, it comes to the initial conditions P1, V1. So, this we called as a cycle. Okay. So, there are two types of cycles generally. So, those are reversible cycles, okay, reversible cycle and irreversible cycle. Irreversible. See, what is reversible, what is irreversible, we will discuss now. So, now coming to the reversible cycle. See, let us consider path. Let us consider process 1 to 2. Let us consider process 1 to 2. See, if we reverse this process from 1 to 2, we will get same conditions at all the states. Then we called that process as a reversible process. So, 1 to 2 is a process. In this process, if we reverse the process, that is 2 to 1, if it gets the same conditions at all the states, then we call that as a reversible process. If cycle contains reversible process, then we call that as a reversible cycle. So, if it is not possible, means if we reverse the process, if it will not attain the same conditions, then it will be called as a irreversible process. So, such type of cycles we called as a irreversible cycles. Okay. So, in thermodynamics, generally there are some cycles. So, we will discuss about that cycles. Okay. For reversible cycles, generally the Carnot cycle as a reversible cycle we considered. Okay. For irreversible cycle, all practical engines, any IC engines we called as a irreversible cycles. Okay. Why in the sense in irreversible cycle, there is a loss of energies. So, it is possible. It is impossible in practical conditions. Reversible cycles are impossible. So, mostly we will get irreversible cycles only. So, in irreversible cycle, generally there is a loss of heat energy. So, due to the friction or other conditions. So, now coming to the cycles, there are some cycles. That first one is the Carnot cycles, types of cycles. So, one is a Carnot cycle, the thermodynamic cycles, Carnot cycle and Otto cycle. The third one is a diesel cycle, and the fourth one is a Joule cycle, and a Stirling cycle, and Ericsson cycle, and a dual cycle. Cl combined and etc. So in our intermediate course, only we will discuss Carnot cycle, Otto cycle and Diesel cycle. Later on in our higher education, we will discuss all these remaining cycles. So today's our first cycle is a Carnot cycle. Okay. So our first cycle is a Carnot cycle. See carefully. Carnot cycle. Carnot is a scientist name. Carnot is a scientist name. So it is the first cycle in thermodynamics. So based on this cycle only remaining cycles are developed. So in 1824, Mr. Carnot developed one cycle. 24. Carnot developed a cycle. So it consists of 4 processes. So first one is a isothermal expansion. One is the first process, expansion. So it is called as the process 1 to 2. And second one is a adiabatic expansion process 2 to 3. Yes, 3. Third one is a again isothermal compression. Compression. This is a process 3 to 4. Last and final process is a again adiabatic compression. So we will discuss about one processes. So already I said, so Carnot cycle is the ideal cycle and it is a reversible cycle. So all these are the reversible processes. So what is isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, we will discuss one by one. So let us consider a cylinder. In this you take some air. Okay, air. So and a piston. We are supplying heat. Is a hot source, heat body. So we are considering one hot body. With a hot body, we are supplying the heat to the cylinder. So now the piston is moving upwards. So here in process 1 to 2, we are supplying from the external source. We are supplying the heat, and the piston is moving up, and the gas is expanding. So here process is 1 to 2 process. It is expanding in a isothermally. You know, in processes, in thermodynamic processes, we need to already discussed about isothermal process. Isothermal means constant temperature process. So by keeping the temperature constant, we are supplying the heat continuously, and the piston is moving up, and the gas is expanding. So second process is adiabatic expansion. So it is again, so piston is moving up and gas is expanding. But the thing is, here what happening? We are not supplying the any heat. It is we are connecting to the insulated body. The insulated body. Already we know that adiabatic process means there is no heat addition or heat rejection to the system or from the system. So that is the adiabatic processes. This is the process 2 to 3. What is the process 2 to 3? Adiabatic expansion. And third process is we are removing the heat from the gas by using the external one cold body. So we are connecting this to the external cold body, and we are removing the heat from the gas, and this one is a isothermal compression. So third process is isothermal compression, means we are keeping the temperature as constant, and we are removing the heat from the body. So that is the isothermal compression. And the last and final process is the fourth process, adiabatic compression. So here we are not removing the heat and we are not adding the heat. So simply we are connecting this body to the insulated body. So insulated So we are not adding the heat and we are not removing the heat. So the fourth one is a adiabatic compression, 4 to 1. So this started from 1 to 2 process and it is ended with 4-1 process. It is a one cycle. So we have to represent this cycle on PV diagram and TS diagram. So see PV diagram, that is pressure versus volume. PV, what is PV? P is a pressure and V is a volume. So first 1 to 2 process is what is 1 to 2 process? It is a isothermal process. Okay, and so this one is a 1 to 2 process, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So 1 to 2, 2, 3, 4. So 1 to 2 is a isothermal expansion. So you know how to draw PV diagrams. Already you have studied in a thermodynamic processes. So and 2 to 3 is a adiabatic expansion. And 3 to 4 is a, what is 3 to 4? Isothermal compression. And 4 to 1 is a adiabatic compression. So we are supplying heat in a process 1 to 2, that is Q in, and we are removing heat from the body from 3 to 4, that is Q out in a 3 to 4 processes. So now PV diagram completed. We will see TS diagram. So TS means T is a temperature, T stands for temperature, S stands for entropy. So already we know that it is a isothermal means constant. 1 to 2 is a constant. So constant temperature process. And 2 to 3 is a reversible adiabatic. Already I said this is a reversible process. Reversible adiabatic is nothing but isentropic process. So isentropic means entropy. Iso means constant. Isentropic means constant entropy. That is a 2, 3. And 3 to 4 is a again isothermal compression. So temperature is constant. And last and final process of 4 to 1. Reversible adiabatic means isentropic compression. So 1 to 2, 2, 3, 3 to 4, 1. Isothermal expansion means T1 equals to T2, and here T3 equals to T4, and here S1 equals to S4, and S2 equals to V, S2 equals to S3. So this is PV diagram and TS diagram and processes in Carnot cycle. What are the processes in Carnot cycle? There are 4 processes in Carnot cycle. First one is isothermal expansion, and second one is a reversible adiabatic expansion, that is nothing but isentropic expansion. Third one is isothermal compression. So and final one is a reversible adiabatic compression, is nothing but isentropic compression. So these 4 processes occurs in a Carnot cycle. So Carnot cycle is a theoretical cycle. So that's why we will get a maximum efficiency in a Carnot cycle compared to the other cycles. So now we will see what is efficiency of a Carnot cycle. So efficiency means it is a how much efficient that engine, how much work it can do, how much output it can develop by taking the input. That is the efficiency. So efficiency of Carnot cycle. Efficiency for any engine is a work done by heat supplied. So generally in thermodynamics, work done means nothing but it is a formula we take. It is heat supplied minus heat rejected. So how much heat we are supplying and how much heat is rejecting the engine. So now efficiency of Carnot equals to heat I am writing short form, heat supplied minus heat rejected by heat supplied, that is Q in minus Q out by Q. So Q in cancel, we will get 1 minus Q out by, if you cancel it, we will get 1 minus Q out by Q in, efficiency of Carnot cycle. So we have to convert this in terms of temperatures. It is in terms of heat. So we have to convert this formula in terms of temperatures. So Q in, where we are supplying the heat? From the process 1 to 2. From the process 1 to 2, we are supplying the heat. So here Q in formula, okay, we know that Q equals to T into ds. So I am deriving this formula in terms of entropies. You can also derive in terms of pressure and volumes. There are number of methods to find out the efficiency of a Carnot cycle. This one is the easiest method, so I am using this method only. So T is the temperature at a first initial, and ds is nothing but change in entropy. So S2 minus 1. This is the Q in from process 2 to 2. And next one is a Q out from process 3 to 4. So here again T ds. So T is a T3 and 4, S3 minus S4 is a Q out. So now substitute the values in this equation. So we will get the Carnot efficiency. And efficiency Carnot equals to 1 minus, what is Q2? Q out T3 into S3 minus S4, and Q in is a T1 into S2 minus 1. See, observe this diagram carefully, TS diagram. From this diagram, see, S1 equals to S4 and S2 equals to S3. So S1 equals to S4, S2 equals to S3. I am substituting here. S2 is nothing. S2 is what? Here S2 is a S3 from the diagram, 1 minus T3 into S3 minus S4 by T1 into. So S2 equals nothing but S3, S1 equals nothing but S4. So these are same. So cancel it. So we will get efficiency of Carnot. Efficiency of Carnot equals to 1 minus T3 by 1. The final equation of the Carnot done. So you understood this, the derivation? See, clear, it is easy only. The efficiency of Carnot cycle is nothing but work done by heat supplied. What is work done? Work done is nothing but it is a heat supplied minus heat rejected. So we are supplying, where we are supplying the heat? We are supplying the in process 1 to 2. We are supplying the heat, and we are rejecting. Rejecting means we are removing the heat from the process 3 to 4. So you know already the formula, heat is nothing in terms of entropies. Q equals to TdS. Q in a 1 to 2 process. Process 1 to 2, we are supplying the heat, that is T into ds. So T1 into S2 minus S1. S2 is the entropy, change in entropy. S2 is the final entropy, S1 is the initial entropy. And here Q out is a 3 to 4, means we are removing heat from the 3 to 4 process. So 3 to 4 process, we are removing the heat from the engine. So that is T3 and S3 minus S4. T3, S3 minus S4. So now you substitute these values in this equation. You will get 1 minus T3 into S3 minus S4 by T1 into S2 minus S1. From the TS diagram, we can know that S1 equals to S4 and S2 equals to S3. Here you substitute that values, and this is same. They will cancel, and we will get 1 minus T3 by T1. So there are different methods, students, to solve this efficiency of Carnot engine. I am using this method. Why? In the sense it is very easy. So you can also follow this one. So this is easy and useful for you. Okay. So it is about Carnot cycle. So our next cycle is a Otto cycle. Our next cycle is a Otto cycle. We will see the Otto cycle. Okay. Students, now we will discuss the second cycle, Otto cycle. So Otto cycle, Otto is a scientist name. So he proposed this cycle in 1876. So based on this cycle only petrol engine works. So you know about the petrol engine. So on this principle only, on this Otto cycle principle only, petrol engines works. So again in this process, in this cycle, again there are 4 processes. So first process is a adiabatic. So adiabatic compression, adiabatic compression, that is process 122, and second one is a constant volume heat addition. This is the process 2 to 3. So third one, adiabatic expansion, is 3 to 4. Final one is a constant volume heat rejection. So these are the 4 processes. So that is a 4 to 2 process. So we will see what is adiabatic compression, what is constant volume heat addition, adiabatic expansion, and constant volume heat rejection. So here adiabatic, already I said adiabatic means there is no heat addition and heat rejection from the system. So adiabatic compression, when air enters into the cylinder, the piston, air enters into the cylinder, so piston moves from the BDC to TDC, means upward direction. It compresses the air without adding and without removing the heat. So just it compresses the air from process 1 to 2, and constant volume heat addition. So at this process, what happens means, without changing the volume, just we supply the heat addition. Heat addition means how we supply means by burning the fuel, by burning the petrol, heat is added to the system. That is a constant volume heat addition. After adding means after burning, after combustion takes place, piston moves from the bottom dead center to from the TDC to BDC with a high force. So that is a adiabatic expansion. That is the process 3 to 4 process. In this process, piston moves from the TDC to BDC with a high force. That process is a adiabatic expansion process. So after expansion process, if unburnt gases remains, to remove that unburnt gases, the last process is a constant, that is compression. So here what happens means constant heat rejection. We will remove the heat means it will that smoke will come out from the cylinder. That is the last one, constant volume heat rejection. So we have to represent these processes in a PV diagram. So now let us construct PV and PS diagrams. So this one is a PV diagram. You know processes, and you know how to construct the PV diagrams. 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 3 to. So 1 to 2 is a adiabatic compression. So here 2 to 3 we are adding the heat. It is a Q in with a CV, constant volume, and 3 to 4 is a adiabatic expansion. So adiabatic expansion, and 4 to 1 is a constant volume heat rejection. So it is heat coming out from the system. That is a 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. This is a PV diagram. Now we will see TS diagram. So TS. Already I explained what is T, what is S. T is the temperature, S is a entropy. So what is the first process? Adiabatic compression. Adiabatic compression, already I said it is a reversible cycle. So reversible, we assume it as a reversible cycle. So reversible adiabatic process means isentropic. So isentropic means there is no change in entropy. So 1 to 2 is a isentropic process. 2 to 3 is a constant volume heat addition, and 3 to 4 is a again isentropic expansion. O21 is a constant volume heat rejection. 122. Okay. This is a TS diagram. Temperature T3, T2, and T4. So entropy is S1 equals to no. So this is a PV diagram. This is a TS diagram. 122 process. Process 122 is a reversible adiabatic compression. Nothing but isentropic compression. And 223 is a constant volume heat addition. Constant volume heat addition. 324 is the reversible adiabatic expansion. Is nothing but a reversible adiabatic expansion is nothing but isentropic expansion. 421 is a constant volume heat rejection. So here we are adding the heat at the process constant volume process. That's why we can also call Otto cycle as a constant volume cycle. So this is about Otto cycle and it is about PV and TS diagrams. Now we will derive the equation for the efficiency of the Otto cycle. So now see efficiency of Otto cycle. Now only I explained what is efficiency. So efficiency equals to work done by heat supplied. Done by heat supplied. So already I said work done equals to heat supplied minus heat rejected. Supplied minus heat rejected. So now efficiency of Otto cycle equals to Q in minus Q out by Q in, or heat supplied minus heat rejected by heat supplied. So in which process we are supplying the heat? We are supplying the 223 process 223. We are supplying the heat. So heat supplied equals to, I am writing in short form, heat supplied equals to mass into, we are supplying heat at constant value mCV, change in temperature T2 minus 1. This is a heat supplied, and heat rejected equals to m into CV. Again we are rejecting the heat at constant volume only, m into CV into at process 421. So T4 minus 1. So now you substitute this in a wave equation, and Otto equals to, that is neat Otto, efficiency of Otto equals to mCV T2 minus T1 minus mCV T4. Here CV is the specific, CV is the specific heat constant at constant heat value. Specific heat constant it is at constant value. CV means specific heat at a constant volume. mCV T4 minus T1 by m. So you can cancel this mCV T2 minus. So we will get this equation as mCV 1 minus mCV. So you can also cancel mCV. So I will write here and next time cancel. Confuse T4 minus T1 by mCV T2 minus. So mCV cancel. We will get 1 minus T4 minus 1 by T1. So see here. Before this, we will discuss one term, compression ratio. Compression ratio R is nothing but, we indicate compression ratio with R. Compression ratio R is nothing but compression volume before the compression to the volume after the compression. Compression ratio R equals to ratio to the volume before the compression to the volume after compression. Before compression, volume is a V1. After compression, volume is a V2. R equals to V1 by V2. It is compression ratio. Compression compression ratio R equals to V1 by V2. So now I'm deriving this equation into simplifying. So I'm taking T1 common, and we will get T4 by T1 minus 1, and we will, if we take common here T2, so we will get, so 1 minute. So it is here is the process from heat supplied from T2 2 to 3 na. So it is T3 minus T2. So it is T3 minus T2. If you take T2 common, you will get T3 by T2 minus 1. So from PV and TS diagrams, we know process 1 to 2 is a isentropic process. So we know that from isentropic equations. So T3 by T2 equals to V2 by V1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1. It is nothing but it is where from it is come? It is coming from the isentropic equations. Already you have studied in a thermodynamic processes derivations. There we got this from that equations. T3 by T2 equals to V2 by V1. So if you reverse it, nothing but you can T2 by T3 equals to V1 by, so 1 to 2 is a isentropic process. So we know that isentropic process T2 by T1 equals to V1 by V2 whole to the power of gamma minus 1. So it is the isentropic equations we got from the isentropic equations. So that is V1 by V2. Already I explained what is V1 by V2, compression ratio. That is R to the power of gamma minus 1. Let us consider as a equation 1. Again from 3 to 4 is a isentropic process only. So now here T4 by T3 equals to V3 by V4. So from PV diagrams, already we have seen PV diagrams. So there V1 equals to, writing here PV diagram, just you see here, 1 to 2 process, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, so 2, 1. This is a V3 equals to V2, V4 equals to. So from this diagram, see V3 equals to V2, V4 equals to V1. So just see T3 by T4 you can write as a V4 by V3. So V4 by V3 is nothing but V1 by here whole to the power of gamma minus 1. So V4 by V3. V4 equals to V1 I am substituting here. And V3 equals to V2 I am substituting here whole to the power of gamma minus 1. This is a T3 by V4 equation number 2. So clear? See from equation number 1 and 2. So V1 by V2 again here nothing but R to the power of gamma minus 1. So consider this as equation number 2. From equation 1 and equation 2. So both are same. What both are same? T2 by T1 equals to T3 by T4. So T2 by T1 equals to T3 by 4. I am writing here from equations 1 and 2, T3 by T4 equals to T2 by T1. So just you see, you cross multiply these things. Okay. So T3 by T2 equals to T4 by T1. So just you substitute here. So T4 by T1 equals to T3 by T2. So 1 minus this term will cancel. You will get T1 by T2. So from this equation T2 by T1 equals to R to the power of gamma minus 1. So it is a reverse reciprocal of that equation. So what happens here? 1 minus 1 by R to the power of gamma minus 1. So efficiency of R2 equals to 1 minus 1 by R to the power of minus 1. This is a final equation for efficiency of R2. Okay, is it clear, students? Okay.